Today is Wednesday, October 9th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz on Tuesday called for the elimination of the Electoral College during a fundraiser in California, a move some Democrats have advocated for in the past after election defeats. Walz was in California, Governor Gavin Newsom's private home in Sacramento, when he remarked about the process by which U.S. presidents are elected. In 2023, the Minnesota governor signed the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact, an agreement in which each state would allocate all its electoral votes to whoever wins the popular vote for president, regardless of how individual states voted. The compact would take effect only if supporters secure pledges from states with at least 270 electoral votes. In recent years, other Democrats have called for eliminating the process in favor of a popular vote. Recent examples cited include former President Trump's 2016 win over Hillary Clinton, in which she won the popular vote but received fewer electoral votes. Many Republicans have argued against getting rid of the Electoral College system, saying such a move would result in states with larger populations having undue influence. A majority of Americans, 63% of them, favor doing away with the Electoral College, according to a recent Pew Research Center poll released last month. Hurricane Milton rebounded to Category 5 status on Tuesday afternoon as the powerful storm moved over the Gulf of Mexico toward Florida, with winds expected of up to 165 miles per hour. However, the National Hurricane Center also emphasized that forecasts from the agency can be off by an average of 60 nautical miles even at 36 hours out. Evacuation orders have been issued in counties across the Gulf Coast, and shelters have been opened for those seeking refuge. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis declared a state of emergency, suspended tolls, and is making other preparations for the storm. The Tampa Bay area, which got submerged by Hurricane Helene less than 2 weeks ago, could get up to 15 feet of storm surge with Milton. During a Monday evening interview on CNN, Tampa Mayor Jane Castor, a Democrat, issued a dire warning to residents who refused to leave, saying, "I can say this without any dramatization whatever. If you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you are going to die." In other news, an Islamic man from Afghanistan who entered the United States under the Biden-Harris administration has been charged with allegedly planning an ISIS terrorist attack on Election Day. According to court documents, 27-year-old Nasser Ahmad Tawadi was charged with attempting to provide, and conspiracy to provide material, support, and resources to a designated foreign terrorist organization, and knowingly receiving, conspiring to receive, and attempting to receive firearms and ammunition to be used to commit a felony or federal crime of terrorism. Tawadi was brought to Oklahoma under the Biden-Harris administration's special immigrant visa program following the administration's disastrous pullout from Afghanistan. CC1 is Tawadi's brother-in-law and was brought to the U.S. in 2018. The suspects had an extensive amount of ISIS propaganda that encouraged terrorist attacks on the U.S. and posing for photos while making ISIS hand gestures. And then this, Megyn Kelly unloaded on Vice President Kamala Harris's interview on 60 Minutes and said it's clear Harris doesn't know anything about foreign policy and she doesn't know the answers. On Tuesday's The Megyn Kelly Show podcast, the host broke down what she called the terrible responses Harris gave to CBS's Bill Whitaker on his show, and said after being VP for almost 4 years, Harris still knows nothing. The host said when Harris was asked, "What can the U.S. do to stop war in the Middle East from spinning out of control?" the VP proved she has no idea. She doesn't know the answers. Kelly went on saying she doesn't know anything about China. She doesn't know anything about Iran. She doesn't know anything about Ukraine. She doesn't know anything about the Middle East. And you're interviewing for a job and we are the employers. You owe us an answer, she said. And then today, October 9th, we celebrate the feast day of Our Lady of Champion. On October 9th of 1859, Adele Bryce saw a lady dressed in white who later revealed herself to be the Queen of Heaven. This Marian apparition had many miracles associated with it, but wasn't officially approved by the local bishop until 2010. Our Lady of Champion, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.